Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Jordan and I am here to give you guys my end of the year TBR, the books that I am trying to get to or I have on my radar for the month of December, the last month of the year. How did we get here? How did we get here? As you guys can tell, I'm really excited to be back in front of the camera. It's been a minute, but I want to thank you guys so much for all of the well wishes on my anniversary, and my anniversary trip was amazing. It was a much needed break, and hopefully I'll have some of the highlights up here in an edited vlog video, because I actually did record. It was quite an adventure, and we went to Greece, Santorini. It was really, really good, and we went during the off season, so hopefully I'll be able to share some of that. But you know, we're not over here talking about trips. We're talking about books. So let's get to the books. I'm going to start with the book that I'm most excited for. This is a book so I'm going to show you guys two books. These two books I have to finish by the end of this year. Everything else, if I get to it, I get to it. And I don't care. And don't ask me no questions about it. No, but this, a children. Lord help me. Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I'm so excited. This is the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, which you guys know I loved. Y'all, I was like #1 on this hold. My hold game is strong. So I'm really excited. I actually purchased the first book because I loved it that much when I got it from the library. So I'm sure I will be purchasing this. But you know, I just keep, I be a little bit like, you know, having commitment issues. Purchases are serious for me. So, but I'm so excited. This cover is everything. It's amazing. I don't even think I have to hype or say too much about this book. This is the follow-up of the first book. If you haven't read the first book, read the first book and then read this book. And this is gorgeous. And you know what had me even more hype? Olivia, y'all. This I actually purchased. I said, you know, I got to hold off on this. No, this, you know, they don't got this at the library. This is gorgeous. Like, oops, my receipt's falling out. Beautiful. And guess what this says? It says the illustration is done by Olivia. Now that, if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. I was so excited when I went into Barnes and Noble. I went straight to it. I go and I get this. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like right there, and it's like art coming to life, literally. So definitely check this out. It's beautiful. And, you know, it goes with the Children of Blood and Bone series. And yeah, you know, support. To see someone on BookTube doing it big like this, as far as doing something that we've seen that you're passionate about, that you're doing just simply out of love and getting that recognition, that's huge. Let's continue to uplift and support. And I just love it. So the next book that I will finish, I'm speaking it, I will finish, is The Deep by Rivers Solomon. I already began this, so I know I'm going to finish this. It's starting off really good. It is like almost like mer people is what I want to say. Underwater civilization, and the main character is the holder of all memories, is like the holder of all memories for their people. And that set of people actually has a thing where they don't remember on their own, because it would be really taxing on them. But there's a big responsibility on the main character that they have to hold all of the memories and know all the things. And at least in the beginning of the book, it's like a struggle. And it's very interesting so far. That's what I would say. I don't know how this is going to finish, but I am very intrigued. And I am finishing this. And you guys know how much I love the author's debut. Like, An Unkindness of Ghosts was everything for me. So I'm excited to read another book from the author. Oh, I said I'm only finished, and those are the only two that I have to finish. I lied. I have 3 books I have to finish this month. The Forgotten Girl. You guys already saw this on my TBR last month. I promise I started this, and it started off so good. So good. So good. But then I went on vacation and I didn't bring the book with me, and then I came back and I haven't been reading. So this is literally the last book that I left off on, and it is everything so far. This is another just inspiring. Let me say, I have been so inspired. India Hill, another booktuber, becoming a published author. Definitely get this, support this. Christmas is coming up. Get it for your kids. Get it for your friends' kids. Whoever. Get this in somebody's hand, a young person's hand. It's really, really good. It was inspired by an actual segregated graveyard, which is very common in the U.S. Our history. If you don't know our history, learn our history. And that's why books like this are important. And it's cool to tie this into middle grade and get kids to understand their past and understand, just kind of where we're at. And also, I think the author did a great job with tying in some of just the things that little black girls go through in school, getting looked over and all these different aspects, and having all these excuses and all these different things, and having to still stand firm and hold that confidence within yourself. So this is a very empowering book for all kids, and it's a little ghost story. So it's a little spooky. It's a little spooky. Had me a little spooked. So I'm excited to finish this one up. As I'm reaching down, I told you guys the books that I started last month were A Prince on Paper and Duke by Default, which I will plan on continue listening to, reading to. These are not as high priority. Those 3 books are the main ones that I'm really committing to for the end of the year. Additionally, I'll put up my audiobooks that I have on hold. One of them is A Prince on Paper. One of them's a reread because I never listened to With the Fire on High, and that was one of my favorite books of the year. So I kind of want to hear the audiobook. So that's a reread, but in a different format of actually listening. So I'm excited about that. And I believe the other one is 3 Women, which I don't know if I actually listened to, but my hold on the library did come up on my audiobooks. So those are audiobooks that I'll be listening to on overdrive. And the other 2 that are on my radar, these are 2 that I own. So these are not necessarily as imperative. One that I already started, Parable of the Sower, Octavia Butler. I have never read this, and I'm tripping because it started off the chain with it. Like, when I say off the chain with it, I mean off the chain with it. Like, throwback off the chain with it. Like, it's a society where, like I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's really like almost like with social classes as well that's tied into this. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck is she doing when she wrote this, because this is like, how is this written in the past? This is something like, I'm like, this could be written right now, and it's starting off crazy. So I hope I finish this, but because I own this book and it's not a library hold, that's what always happens. I end up pausing and then going to stuff that I actually have to read within the 3 weeks that I have for the library. Oh, I'm rambling. I'm not even gonna talk about World Girls because I'm embarrassed. This has been on my TBR for like 3 months now, so if y'all watch my other videos, you already know. If this is your first video, I'm usually not this all over the place, but I'm just really hyped. It's the end of the year. I feel really happy with the amount of books that I've read this year and the quality of the books that I read this year. If you guys saw my last wrap up, I only finished 2 books, and I was happy and okay with that because they were 2 books that I loved. And I feel like I'm gonna bring that same energy in 2020. I'm rambling. I'm going to let y'all go. Love and light. Let me know what you guys are trying to read by the end of this year. The books that you guys are like, ooh, I got to get to this. Y'all already know what mine are. Children of Virtue and Vengeance, The Deep, and The Forgotten Girl. Those are my musts. I got to finish those. But love and light, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.